Welcome to the World Library Foundation's international headquarters, home of the world's largest collection of electronic books, documents, and articles. The organization is a globally coordinated effort to preserve and disseminate digital facsimiles of historical books, classic works of literature, reference materials, and encyclopedias in hundreds of different languages and countries around the world. The organization was founded in 1996. Since then, we've developed dozens of branches, each catering to the specific needs of different communities, but all based on the original concept of the public library. Anyone can access our materials with nothing more than an e-library card. Come on, let me show you around, introduce you to the people behind the scenes, the people that take care of the World Library Foundation and its branches.
Well, the mission of the World Library is to aid the public, students, educators by providing the world's most complete collection of electronic books, documents, and articles online. Thousands of public libraries, educational institutions, government agencies, and millions of individuals rely on the World Library to provide instant global access to our millions of publications every day. To accommodate our readers' request for contemporary publications, we have acquisitions and cataloging teams that are constantly finding and integrating new content to our library every day. Currently, we're adding hundreds of thousands of new publications to the library every month. Once the publications are digitally scanned and cataloged, they are digitally remastered and often given custom cover designs. All of this is done in-house, which allows us to oversee quality assurance from the acquisition of the publication all the way through the digital publication process.
The World eBook Library operates as a world-class academic research branch for the organization.
World eBook Library serves tens of thousands of educational institutions and government organizations all around the world. Students and researchers depend on us to provide efficient tools to do their research. We work closely with the organization's technical team, always tweaking the search engine and refining our metadata to make the user experience more efficient for our patrons. Our search engine has a full text function, so a researcher can find exactly the material they need. And our books and encyclopedia articles are fully integrated to enable discovery of tertiary sources. World eBook Library's academic collections are comprised of curated books from every field of study or academic discipline taught at the college or university level. The World eBook Library's Millennium Collection is a collection of the greatest books from the last 1,000 years. These collections are full of millions of primary and secondary sources and also include a selection of our research collection. So much has happened over the last 1,000 years, and many of our common ideas and stories are passed down from one generation to the next. The Millennium Collection has gathered millions of the most influential and greatest books, directly documenting or inspired by the stories of the last millennium. We understand the high standards that exist in higher education today, and we know that the library collections available to an institution greatly influence that institution's academic ranking. So we listen to educational institutions because they know best what educational content should be discoverable in our academic and Millennium collections. We also curate the World Heritage Encyclopedia. It's a dynamic digital encyclopedia that is the most comprehensive encyclopedia ever compiled. It is assembled from an aggregation of hundreds of distinctive encyclopedia databases, of which Wikipedia is only one. World Heritage Encyclopedia believes the Common Core standards are important, so at worldheritage.org, you'll find tools to help improve student performance, strengthen instructional effectiveness, and maximize the use of your technology. Every month, thousands of new articles, images, and multimedia elements are added. Unlike printed encyclopedias, we are continually editing, updating, and appending articles. Articles are crowdsourced, peer-reviewed, and edited. Historic events appear within hours, minutes of their occurrence, rather than months or years.
The World Journals branch offers academic journals and articles from around the world in more than 300 different languages.
The World Journals collection has millions of articles from scholarly, peer-reviewed, editorial-reviewed journals from around the world.
Our collections include articles from every field of study and emphasizes the STEM subjects. In fact, our collections include every journal from every major university around the world. We pride ourselves in being the most comprehensive and authoritative source for academic journals. We work with the organization's technical department to include important search and discovery tools such as full text search, advanced search, browsable search suggestions, as well as integrated encyclopedia article matching. Patrons can absolutely download the journals as PDFs, or they can read them in our quick viewer online. There is no other organization in the world providing this quantity of academic journals with such quality of discovery tools. As a matter of fact, our entire team comes to work every single day excited about the revolutionary work we're doing here.
We're committed to make the library more useful and vital than ever before.
Among the children and adults who visit the World Library Foundation and its branches are the future authors and creators of the world.
The Authors Community Self-Publishing Press is a publishing platform within our organization. We allow you to publish your own book at no cost, and we also don't charge any CPA or BPNs. After you upload your book cover and author photo, we go ahead and review that book, approve it, and we make it available through all our library branches. Anyone in the world that visits one of our library branches can read your book, give comments and feedback for you as an author. And we also allow you to have access to other self-publications so you can read their work as well.
The organization's media library includes audiobooks, graphic novels, photographs, and even an interactive learning games collection.
Well, first of all, when we acquire graphic novels, they're given careful quality assurance review. They're then digitally remastered to look great on iPads and mobile devices. Oftentimes we receive these full color pieces of art. Our job here is to go ahead and grab these images and pop them off the page as the original illustrator intended. We also have hundreds of thousands of audiobooks. All of our audiobooks are converted into MP3 format. We also add relevant metadata so patrons can have an easier time searching for audiobooks in the ebook Finder search engine. We have thousands of historical and contemporary images which are royalty-free and are downloadable completely in full resolution.
Over the years, the organization has developed its own media creation department. Welcome to the Behind the Book Studios.
So in the last millennium, there have been so many great written works that have passed on inspiration, they've inspired people, and knowledge. One of the things that we've tried to do today is take advantage of new mediums that inspire, that pass on knowledge, specifically film and video, to try to pass on that same inspiration and that same knowledge that folks experienced in written works in centuries past. One of the ways that we've done this is through the Behind the Book lecture series. In this series, we've invited various professors and experts in their field to come in, sit down, and share with us the stories of some of the greatest written works in the history of mankind, and how those stories were not only relevant then, but are so relevant today. We do the research to find the relevant media, historical photos, paintings, that really then bring those stories and those ideas to life. We've also created comprehensive tutorials, making sure that all users within the organization, all of our patrons, they understand that the books at our various branches can be accessed on any device, from any computer, anywhere. Based on feedback from our users, we've made sure that our tutorials are relevant and accessible for patrons of all ages, all around the world.
The inspiration and education of young minds has often been at the heart of what libraries have tried to accomplish throughout their existence. And this remains true at the organization's school ebook library branch today.
Our branch selects and curates books that are fun and engaging for children, titles that make children actually want to read. So we have thousands of books in our children's literature collection. All the books are portable, of course, and have been specifically formatted for tablets or smartphones. We've also acquired thousands of educational video tutorials for both children and adults. In this day and age, video content plays such an important motivating role in children's learning. We've actually partnered with the media production department to create video books that actually have live performance readings from Wally Amos. So that's pretty exciting. Just like a personal library at home, all of our patrons have access to their own digital bookshelves. K-12 institutions can even create their own reading list for entire classes or groups of students. We curate our own collections and reading lists based on age group that institutions or educators could use really easily for their classrooms, for their lessons, or parents could just use for home learning.
All projects at the organization and its branches are intended to promote social welfare. Now, with that in mind, we partner with organizations and campaigns such as Read Together to raise awareness about the importance of literacy.
Well, Read Together is a national campaign that promotes recreational reading for 10 minutes every day. And it emphasizes the importance of reading and cognitive development, especially during the K-12 years. Well, with the help of various corporations and the cooperation with School eBook Library, the Read Together Foundation has been able to underwrite e-library cards for students around the world, K-12. Well, managing a campaign like this takes a lot of cooperation and coordination. The Read Together Foundation makes sure that schools across the world have access to promotional materials and tutorials. We want to make sure that schools feel comfortable using School eBook Library. We work with administrators and educators to help them utilize the tools that are available to them.
The greatest problem we face today is the loss of materials before we have the chance to digitize them. A subterranean vault inside a decommissioned military bunker in Kaneohe, Hawaii, holds the world's most diverse repository of written knowledge. And this is the mission of the Noah's Archive project, to save the world's knowledge in a master repository.
Our mission to preserve digital facsimiles of all written works is a global, 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week effort. Now, we take our job of being the caretakers of the world's knowledge seriously, and protection of digital materials is paramount. All our publications are backed up at our secure off-site digital vault.
We acquired a World War II underground bunker. It was built to protect Kaneohe Marine Base from the re-invasion of the Japanese. It never fired a shell because the Japanese never came back to Hawaii. The walls are 23 inches thick, the ceiling is 19 inches thick, and the whole facility sits on a 4-foot thick cement slab, 175 feet above sea level, 150 feet into the mountain, and 230 feet under the mountain. We had to do an extensive demolition on the facility. The University of Hawaii Engineering Department has looked at it and said that it's very stable. We're 175 feet above sea level, way higher than any wave. It's the perfect place to archive data and store archivable material.
The organization's programmers and hardware technicians operate out of this facility where the servers and the databases are stored.
The World Public Library was one of the first online cloud services that began operating for the public good over 20 years ago. What began as a small group of graduate students and teachers at San Diego State University has grown into a world-class library services platform with data centers distributed globally. Scalable and sustainable data centers like these allow us to provide high availability and reliability through a fiber optic backed content distribution network. The geographically distributed data centers allow us to reduce network latency to provide lightning fast access to all of our content and to our cutting edge services such as our discoverability tools, our analytics reporting, our open APIs, and comprehensive knowledge bases. Our data centers are powered by multiple renewable energy sources. In the case of an emergency, we have a cluster of backup generators and uninterrupted power supplies that are fed by an array of batteries. We also have specially designed air handling and chilling equipment to go ahead and make sure that our hardware performs at peak efficiency and maintains longevity. With our scalable n-tiered architecture, we're able to go ahead and improve availability to our content and provide quadruple redundancy so that we can avoid data loss. Our data centers incorporate modular design for rapid deployment and implementation anywhere in the world. Our servers are enclosed in high-density server racks and optimized so that they have the lowest carbon footprint and the lowest heat output. Our newest data center is located here in this underground vault for our long-term archival efforts to go ahead and protect against environmental catastrophes. Much of the information we've gathered over the past 20 years is irreplaceable, and so we've had to make considerations for long-term cold and warm storage needs. Not only is hardware and software services critically important to us, but so is the physical security of our data centers. No individual enters our data centers who doesn't have a legitimate business need. Our goal is to provide you with the highest level of library excellence.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you have enjoyed learning about the World Library Foundation and its branches. From all of us here at the organization, we wish you a long life of reading and learning together.